Hi my friends, Ian again with another training video. Let me just log into the Pro Member Tools. Now, in one of my latest videos, what I decided to do was to show you how to build a simple splash page with our splash and capture page builder. Now, the great thing about our splash page builder is that it helps you stand out from the rest. Splash pages are key to promoting because they offer the viewer a short, simple, to the point, interesting statement about the program that you are promoting. And the same with a capture page. The only difference with a capture page, you will need to capture the viewers' details before they actually go to your offer. But splash pages are really, really important. That is why we did this video and why we created the splash page builder. Now, if you are going to promote, let us say, GDI or at any kind of traffic exchange, let us say a brand new traffic exchange. Now, a traffic exchange or any program will provide you with generic advertising material. We do here at Buildabizonline. But I soon realized in my early days of affiliate marketing, to stand out from the rest of the people that are promoting that, I need to create my own splash pages so it doesn't look like the generic ones that are being provided by the owner. Does that make sense? Now, the thing is with our simple splash page builder, this one, is that I've added a number of templates that don't look nothing like the generic splash pages or capture pages that your program that you want to promote. They don't look nothing like them, so you could get away with it. But after all that, after that is said, they are still generic in the fact that once people are wise to seeing the splash pages that we made here, then they will not likely to click on that call to action or fill in that form. After all, they've seen them all before. So this is why Martin put together the ultimate, in my opinion, splash and capture page template builder. This is where you build your own templates to make sure they do not look like anybody else's. Yeah, once you've got that template built, you need to copy the code and then take it over to the simple splash page builder to fill out the bare bones, to make it your own and to fill out that all-important, inspiring few words to draw people to it. I'll show you what I mean as we're going along. Okay, so let us see and take a look at the template builder. This is the video that you are watching right now. Okay, so here we have it. So if I open this up, you will see a default ready-made splash page template. It's got a background image, and it's got one or two widgets. So there's a widget there that you can make it your own if you want to keep that widget. More about that later. And also at the moment, all it's got is a sticky bar right at the top. Okay, now this content we will finish, as I said, in the splash page builder, in the simple splash page builder. More about that in a bit. Okay, so let us start with our bare bones, the background. Let's start with the background. That will make it your own. You choose the image and or video. You can also use videos in the background. Okay, so let us start. And incidentally, if you want to, right at the end, you can save the template settings, and then later on you can load them again. It will not, as I said, load this part, but you will have a template that you can work on again in the future. Okay, so after you've finished creating this, and please do not refresh the page while you're building, because it will revert back to the beginning. Okay, we don't want that. So if you know that you've been called to lunch, why not save it and then load it later on? Okay, you must listen to the wife if your lunch has been called for. So anyway, guys, let us show you how to change the background. First of all, it's a pleasant image. I was going to say photo. I suppose it is a photo. It's a pleasant image, but we want to make this your own. You don't want to keep using this same image all the time. So let us left click on there. Now you will see the image URL, and incidentally, if you hover over the top of these question marks, it will give you an indication of what each little element does. Okay, and if you left click on it, in a second I'll show you that, it'll give you a little bit more information. So first of all, we're going to change this image. So the image that you see in the background, that is the domain for that image. They have to be hosted somewhere online. You cannot just add an image to the background and expect it to be saved. It needs to be online, okay, hosted somewhere. So we're going to show you how to do that now. Now, also, they need to be what is called copyrighted, not copyrighted, but there shouldn't be a copyright on them. If there is, if you go and pinch somebody else's image, you're going to get a big fine, and we will get a big fine, and we don't want to do that. Okay, so I'll show you here. Look, now if you visit, you can upload free stock images, those that you've got permission to use over at Pixabay. So if we click on there now, and let us say we put in there, I'm going to do a beach again. Okay, so we're going to click there, beach, and then we're going to click enter. Now do not use these, otherwise you will have to pay for them. Okay, but can you see royalty free images? There's no copyright, so therefore you can use these. So we're going to grab this one just here, or maybe something else. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. I'm going to choose this one just here. So I left click on it, and then I can download it. So we want something around about this size. Okay, so we're going to click download. You can donate if you wish, but you don't have to. Okay, let me do that again so I know where this is. And I'm hoping it downloads onto my, let's have a look, save as. I want this on my desktop, so I'm going to have a look for it in a moment. Okay, so what I'm going to do is minimize this, and it's not minimized enough, Ian. I'm going to try a new technique now that I've never done before, but if I left click that and then drag it onto there, will it save it? Yes, it has. So there's another way of doing it. So that's great. So I did tell you that once you've chosen your image, we can close that down now. We need to host it. Now you can host it with us over at Buildabizonline. So let's click on image hosting. Okay. Scroll down. What we need to do is select the file. And so we're going to go to desktop, and we're going to have a look for that. There she is, look, young woman. So we're going to click on there. Now what it will give you is a number of squiggly squaggly, as I call it, addresses and things. That's not the one that you want. You need to left click, okay, and then left click again, and it'll open up a big box. Okay, then what we need to do is right click, and then we need to copy the image link. So that's the way that I do it. Okay, so we close that down, and we can post that link now in that box just there. And we can paste it there, and then we can left click on the picture, and there we have it. Okay, so we've immediately started to make this our own. I did say that you can add a YouTube video, and what we need is the YouTube video ID. Now again, it must be one that you've got permission to use. Now how do we find that? So let's go over here to YouTube. I'm just going to choose one. You're going to need to put some thought into this. Okay, so let us put in there beach or relaxing beach. Okay, and we've got one here. Now that looks a gorgeous one, that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to left click on that, and then I'm going to pause it. Okay, so we don't hear the music. Then I'm going to click share. And what we need, as I mentioned, is the ID. So it's not all of that. It is. So if you right click, left click right at the end there, look you, and then go right up to the /. Just missed it. My mouse is a little bit sensitive. And then copy that, and then we can close that down, and we can put that ID in there, and then we can left click on the picture. And now what we should have is that video. So there we have it. Okay, so we've got a video playing in the background of our splash or capture page. Okay, now what I'm going to do now is to go on to the next section. So we're going to open that up again. We're going to keep that video going because that looks good. And we're going to go on to this little element down here in the bottom right. If you want to promote Buildabizonline, your Buildabizonline, while promoting whatever it is in this main body just here, then you can do. If you hover over that, just like that, and have a look on the bottom left of the video now, you will see that it's the generic Buildabizonline domain. So what you need to do, there's Paul just added another video for me to look at. You need to put your Buildabizonline username. So mine is Buildabiz. Okay, and then left click anywhere outside of this. And then when we hover over this widget, as we call it, you will see that it has now got my username on the bottom left hand of the video, Buildabiz. Okay, now if you don't want to use it, all you need to do is simply just click on that there, and it's disappeared on the bottom right. Okay, but I do want to use it. I'm always promoting Buildabizonline. Now what we're going to do now is alter this sticky bar at the top. Can you see? Bright red. And we need to definitely alter this here. And definitely, if you look bottom left again, it's the default buildabizonline.com. So let's all open that up. And we're going to click sticky bar because that other is finished with. Now what I'm going to do is to alter the background color first of all. And incidentally, you don't have to have the sticky bar on there if you don't want it. So you just uncheck the box. Okay, you see it now has disappeared, but I want it because it's another avenue of getting an advert or an ad out there to the viewer. And I'm going to left click on there, and I want the green, so I'm going to slide that all the way up here and I'm going to drag this little dot down to a dark green, the same as the leaves at the top. Can you see that? And then I'm going to left click on the picture. So there we've altered it. We could go a little bit darker, so let's just do that. Okay, somewhere there, and left click. That's good enough. And the white lettering, which is there, the text, you can keep it at that. You can alter it to whatever colour you want, but white sticks out quite nice. Now then, you can have an animation as well. So I'm going to choose, let's have a look, scroll right. Okay, so I'm going to keep that one. So that's the baby, and that will flash, if you like, in their faces. You can do all sorts with it. You can have, let's have a look, this bounce down. And there's also, let's have a look, slide right. That's actually slid left again, so I'm not sure what's happened there. We've got roll, and there's another one there blinking. Now that might catch people's attention. So it's only on load that this happens. So let's leave that on. And then we're going to add some text there. Okay. Now, people say, why is it that all you ever do is promote Buildabizonline? Well, there's a reason for that. When I first started affiliate marketing, I thought to myself, I'm going to just have a look around, see where I can join. I soon got fed up with that and realised that there are a few things that people want affiliate marketing. And a lot of it is advertising programs and tools. So this is why Buildabizonline was put together. Now, I've got more in my downline than anybody else. I've got more upgraded members underneath me, and I'm not bragging. It's because I don't join all these pretty little sites that come up promising riches and this, that, and the other. I stick with what I know works, which is tools and advertising. So I belong to very little programs. Okay, that is why I keep putting in these little ads and the widgets, Buildabizonline. Okay, you can swap it out for whatever you wish. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to enter that. So I'm going to put in there for the best, even if I must say so myself, affiliate marketing tools online. And then it says click here, so we have to change this. Now, if you were going to promote something else like an advertising program, you would need to put your affiliate link in there. So all I need to do is to finish this off with my affiliate link for Buildabizonline homepage, is put a question mark and then Buildabiz. Okay, because that is what I am promoting. Then left click on the outside of the box, and then when we hover over that little link there, can you see bottom left? It's got my Buildabizonline affiliate link. As I say, you can change it for whatever you want. Let me just show you this. I'm going to copy that. Okay, I'm going to copy that, and then I'm going to delete it. Let's put https:// just to show you that it works. Google.com, and then click the image or the video, whatever it is that you've decided, and then we hover over that, and bottom left, Google.com. But I'm not going to advertise Google, but I just wanted to show you that it did work. Paste that in there, left click out there, and it refreshes everything, and then hover over there, and there it is. Okay, so that's great. That works. Right, the content area settings. Now this is just the area. It's not the content in here that we can alter, but it is the box, if you like. Now we can do similar things that we did with the sticky bar. We can give it an animation. So let's just have a look, and I'm going to use the big entrance, or hatch, okay, or slide down. Is to catch people's attentions. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. And another great thing about this is, as you can see right now, this advertising space is in the center. Now, say I had chosen a picture with the young lady on the right, I wouldn't want her to be covered up. So what I would have done, I would have put that to the left. Okay. Or if the image was on the left-hand side, I would put it over to the right. Okay, so you can see how versatile this template builder is. But at the moment, I want its center of attention in the middle. Now, generally, this is 800 wide. I'm going to make that 700. So once I've altered it, left-click to see the changes. And do I want a shadow? Yes, I do. Now watch what happens when can you see the box? It's changing. It's now got a shadow in there. Now, if I want a bigger border, I can do that by clicking just like that. Can you see it growing, getting bigger? Okay, but I generally go down to 1. You can change the color of that border. So let us do that and make it our green, something like that. Okay, so that's great. Also, a lot of people now, they like radius on the corners, and you can alter that by simply clicking away, and you can alter the radius. Can you see what's happening? Look, can you see that? Now, many people like just square, so you make that 0. Okay, but I don't. I like it with a little bit of corner on it, a little bit of radius, and I generally go around about that. Okay, then I make sure that I click there, and that's great. Now, if you want to make this into a capture page, then you need a capture form. Now, over at Buildabizonline, you've got various ways of building your capture form. So more about that when you click on these links. But what I'm going to do, you can add any HTML capture form in this little box here. So let me show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back over to the members area, and I'm going to go to this is my autoresponder over at Buildabizonline. I'm going to click on there, and I'm basically just going to, let's have a look, secret to list building. Click on the HTML form code there, and I'm going to copy all of that. Okay, copy it all, and then we're going to go back over here, and just to show you that it works fine. So I'm going to put that in there, and then I'm going to left click outside of the box, and there it is. So it's added the capture form for this campaign. You've got to choose the campaign, you've got to set up a campaign, whether it be a traffic wave or hours. Okay, it works seamlessly with hours, and I know it does. Okay, so let us get back over here. So we're going to leave that as it is. Okay, and what we're going to do, you can alter this as well. Your information is 100% safe with us. I generally like that on there. That's a good thing to have on there, but you can alter it. Right, footer widget. So at the moment, let's just recap on what we've done. We've changed the background, we've changed the widget, we've made it flashing and so on and so forth. We've changed the widget down here. We've added a form code. Now you can add another advertising little widget if you like. Okay, so we're going to go to footer widgets. Okay, now here at Buildabizonline, we provide you, as I said, with generic promotional stuff. So let's have a look. Let's scroll down, and I'm going to choose this. But I'm going to do this first of all to show you exactly what you can add and how big you can add it. Okay, so I'm going to select all of that and I'm going to copy it. We're going to come over to our tool and we're going to paste that in there. So left click and there's that. And that's fully clickable. And can you see bottom left where it goes to? My Buildabizonline. Now I don't want anything that big. So I'm going to go back over here and we're going to choose a smaller one. And this is my favourite one, this one just here. So, woof, copy. And we'll come back over here and we'll take all this out by left clicking right at the end, scrolling all the way up, press delete, and we're going to click paste to paste that one in. Now you've got two positions, one underneath the ad container, okay, or we can have it there. Okay, so that's a splash footer. That's inside our advertising, and that is below. Okay, so that's excellent. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to leave it there. And it's a nice, it's got some blues in it, the same as must see. Now then, exit pop-up. This is an excellent, forgive the pun, way. If people say, no, I'm not interested, and they go off the page, we can create an exit pop-up. And we have an exit pop-up generator. Once you've created it, you paste the code in here. So let's go over here, okay, and have a look at it. And this is what it looks like right now. And you can do various things with this. You can play about with it. Now, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to put build this on. Let's have a look. What have I done? Ooh, did you? This online. That's better. .com and then question mark and then Buildabiz. Okay, so there we have it. And I'm going to leave the rest. And you can. What I will do, I'll change that, and we'll go for our greenish colour, which is about like that. Okay, so all we've done is that. Now, after you've finished, what you can do, you can then. Now, you can have, by the way, you can have a link, which that is, click here now, or you can have a button, or you could add a capture form again. So I'm going to leave that like that, over that, check the affiliate link, bottom left-hand side of the video. Yes, that's working. Generate the exit pop-up code, and click there. So now I've copied it, go back over to our template builder, right click and click paste, and then left click to save it. Okay, now we can test it by clicking on there. Okay, and that works fine. So that's good. So we're cooking on gas. Now then, what you can do as well is add a page redirect. Now what I'm going to do as well, it explains it there, and if you hover over there, or I'm going to let me take that out to show you that you can. Okay, now after you've finished, check it all over, make sure everything is working, and click generate the code, and then copy to clipboard. Okay, So then you can close that down and click here. This will take you to the simple splash page builder. So what we need to do, I'm just going to create a campaign, a splash page campaign. Or, as I say, if you've added a capture form, you can use it as your capture page. So we need to name it though. So I'm going to put beach. That'll do. A beach template. Okay, and then we need to save that, and that will give it a reference. Can you see on the left hand side? So that's the reference to this. So we're going to do that. Then it'll ask us then, click here to choose a template. Now, when you're using the template builder, you've got to use one of these. No branding. Okay, plain old white. Okay, I'm going to use that. Plain old white. And we're going to come all the way down to the bottom and click update the template. Then I'm going to scroll down the bottom and I'm going to click there. And this is where we edit or add that code that we've got just there. And it must be the click explosion splash page code. And don't copy the exit code that I left open. It must be this one. Okay. And then we're going to left click on there. We're going to go over here. And what we need to do now to paste it and to make it work as a splash or capture page is click on the source code and then right click and then click paste. And then if we click on here now, you should see it. And if we click on this, you'll be able to see it there. But there's no image in the background because it doesn't work within this editor. Okay, so what we need to do now is we need to click save to make sure we've got it. Make sure that you alter all your meta description and things like that. Okay, and what we can do is see it live now, so we can test it by clicking on there. There we have it. The video should load depending on how slow or fast your machine is. Now, does this work? If I try to go off the page, does the exit work? Does that work? Or did I disable it? No, I didn't. It's there. So as soon as you go off the page, there we have it. And what do we see? Bottom left, the program that I want them to see. Also, we've got the bottom widget down here. We've got our banner just there. Whatever you can advertise whatever you want. Okay. Now, to alter this, what we must do then is go back. So make sure, as I say, you alter all your meta. This is called meta details here, and it will be indexed by Google eventually, which is great. So what we do is left click on there, and then we can alter whatever it is that we want in this box. You can even take out this if you want to. Okay, but if you want to keep it as a capture page, you leave that in and you put your enticing little bit of text there, something like this. Something like that. And then you can do whatever you wish with this. Okay. I'm going to just do that for a start. I'm going to add, where are we? There. And I'm also going to add one just there. Okay, I'm also going to alter the colour in here just to show you that it can be done all in here, okay, without messing the template up. Unless you start messing, if you click on there and start messing with the code, you will mess your template up, and that's why it's a good idea to save it. We'll do that in a few seconds, but what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to alter. I'm going to make it a lovely dark green, okay? So there we have it. And then whatever you do in here, make sure that you hit save, and then you can come over here and you say to me, Ian, I've altered it all and it hasn't changed, and it's because we have not hit refresh. So there we have it. Gorgeous. And as I say, when you're in the template builder, just here, make sure, if you like it, make sure you go up to the top of the page and you click save. Okay, and then it will save it in a CEX file that you can load back in here later on. Excellent. So thanks for listening, my friends, and enjoy your template builder. And don't forget, please, this is why Buildabizonline put this tool together along with Martin, so that you stand out from the rest of all the affiliate marketers out there. Okay, so get building. I'd love you to send me your links to see what you've been doing as well. Bye-bye, my friends. Thanks for listening. And incidentally, anytime that you want to contact me, all you got to do is click on this button down here, and you can live text chat me if I am in the admin area, or it will send me an email address and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Bye for now. See you in the next video. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel and click that bell so that you get notifications every time I add a training video.